Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Paolino Field here on the campus of Roger Williams University in Bristol, Rhode Island. Game 3 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Baseball Championship Series, a winner-take-all affair. We knew this could be a possibility. This was the if game. Roger Williams won yesterday. The Seahawks found a way to grind out and then run away with a win in Game 2 earlier today, and now the deciding Game 3 to crown a conference champion. Hello again, I am Ada Pizzelli bringing you the call here this afternoon, a gorgeous afternoon here in Bristol to decide a conference champion. We'd like to welcome into the broadcast now Jake Siegel. Jake, how are you doing here this afternoon, and what are your thoughts about this matchup between the Seahawks and the Hawks?
I'm doing very well today. Now, the Salve Regina took Game 2, which happened earlier today, and Anthony Cieszko on the mound is starting Game 3 for Roger, and hopefully he can produce a nice quality start and give us 6 or 7 innings so we don't have to use the bullpen too early today, but we just hope for the best.
It was a pitcher's duel in Game 1. Only one hit through 5 innings, and then the Seahawks were able to break through. They scored their first run on a wild pitch. It had been a great game thrown by Justin Garcia. A lot of walks, though, and that ended up costing him later in that inning.
You're on. You sure?
Yeah.
Dealing now with Madden Ward is Sapienza. On the year, Sapienza 4-3, 7.89 ERA. Here's the pitch. That one on the corner. Count is 1-2. These teams took a quick 40-minute break between games 2 and 3. Ward checks his swing, and that one's down low. Count 2-2. Both the teams and support staff able to hit the buffet. Ward grounds this one to short. Hoban has it, and he guns over to Brett, and there's one away.
Yeah. No, Andrew. Yep. Brings up 2-hole Dylan Ketch. He caught all of 9 innings, Game 1. Doesn't matter. He'll catch all 9 innings of Game 2 or extras if we have to.
Swings at the first pitch and pops this one up foul. Trying to make a run for it is Galino, but no play in front of the Hawks bullpen.
Andrew, we see Ketch at his best hitting to left field.
Yep.
So if he can plunk it into left field, he's going well. He had a nice base hit to right field, though, in Game 1.
He had a hit to left field that was the first hit of the game that made the Seahawks, gave them a 3-0 lead, which was very important in that game. It doesn't seem like much when you win 14-4, but getting that lead like that really helped break open that game and get the game into the bullpens.
Garcia did keep it close for a good chunk of the game, but the walks got to him even though he didn't.
Ketch grounds this one to second. Roth fields over to Brett, and quickly there's 2 down for the Seahawks.
Good thing about this home plate umpire, you have no problem hearing him make a call. They worked the rotation. Last night, Ronaldo, who's at first base, was behind the plate. And now the home plate umpire in Game 2 today is now at third base.
Here's Zack Smith, Commonwealth Coast Conference Player of the Year. Swings at the first pitch and misses.
One thing you will notice about Sapienza today is that he does pitch from the stretch even with nobody on base, and that appears to be a comfort thing for him.
Delivers another strike. 0-2 now to Smith. the pitch. Right down the middle, but not called a strike that time. That one was close for Smith. Count 1-2. The 1-2 popped up. And this one drifting foul and will get out of play off the top of the Seahawks dugout.
Gotta love Chris Bosco sprinting over to the Salve dugout, chase that ball that he knew was out of play. He and Ketch are here for the long haul.
Game in and game out, he's given 100%, and part of that is the reason why he is the Defensive Player of the Year.
No doubt.
And we saw that arm on display in Game 2. Here's the pitch to Smith. That one's low.
Good eye by Smitty there.
Count 2-2. 2 outs, no one on. Seahawks were technically the home team in Game 2. Back to being the regular road team here in Game 3. They bat first. Smith pops this one up foul and twisting out of play.
When you're chasing foul balls here, Jake, you might as well just stand at the soccer field behind us.
Yeah, there tends to be a lot of balls going on the soccer field and just keep on having to walk back and forth, back and forth. And I'd hate to be that guy that's got to do that every game.
No, the runner yesterday.
As Smith fans on that one. And a strong start for Sapienza. 1-2-3 go the Seahawks. We head to the bottom of the first. Mike Matthews coming out onto the mound for the Seahawks. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Paolino Field. Andrew Pizzelli, Jake Siegel, and Brian Lynch bringing you the call. Bottom of the first. Stone to lead off for the Hawks, and he takes a strike from Mike Matthews. Matthews making his 13th appearance of the year. He's 4-2. Stone fouls this one off. Matthews does lead the Seahawks. He has 67 strikeouts on the season. He'll work with Ketch behind the plate. O'Malley at first, Cieszko at second, Ward at short, Cicada at third, Defusco, Barlock, and Zack Smith, the outfield for Salve. Stone offering at that one, and he goes down swinging.
Nice pitch by Matthews.
Yeah.
Jake, it looked like it fooled him there.
Yeah, and Stone striking out is something that you don't see very often. In the regular season, he had over 100 at-bats and only struck out 8 times.
Wow. Good call by
Yeah.
you, Jake.
And that's why he is batting the leadoff, because he does get on base probably more often than anyone else.
Showing bunt. And offering
Brings up the catcher, Chris
is
Bosco.
Bosco.
Sorry, Andrew.
Fans at this one, no doubt about
Nice breaking ball.
that one.
Looked like he was expecting Cheddar there and wasn't ready for the off-speed.
0-2 the count now. Matthews kicks and deals. Again, check swing. That one down in the dirt. 1-2 the count.
Matthews has done a nice job this year pitching conference games. Big righty from West Hartford, Connecticut. He'll pitch this summer in St. Joe, Missouri for the Mustangs. He'll go out there with Dylan Ketch and Tom Beliveau.
Here's the 1-2. Chop but foul. And towards the Hawks dugout. Game 2 that started at 11:30 went nearly 3.5 hours. And it was breezing right along when it was a pitcher's duel, and then the bats came alive.
I think one of us said it's breezing right along, and then that was the end of that.
That was the end of that. The broadcaster's curse. I shouldn't even talk about the weather, or else that little tiny cloud over there will turn into a hurricane.
Yeah, over me.
Fan on and missed. Second strikeout for Matthews.
Nice pitch.
Matthews' curveball has been very effective to this point. He's gotten Stone and Bosco out guessing on the pitches, expecting fastball.
Matthews is similar to Wilkes, Jake, in that he'll use his curveball as an out pitch.
Center fielder Cameron now will bat. And that one goes wide and off the glove of Ketch. Ball 1. A breaking ball in there for a strike. One and one the count. Matthews trying to make this a 1-2-3 inning. The pitch. Cut on and missed.
Want to shout out to Salve Athletic Director Jody Meridian and Assistant Athletic Director Matt Finlayson. They just brought food in for the crew.
Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts in the first inning from Mike Matthews. Thought that Sapienza started hot. Can't start much better than Matthews. We're scoreless, and we head to the top of the second. Welcome back to the field. Top of the second. Sean O'Malley will lead things off for Salve Regina. He will watch the first pitch for a strike.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Fouled
Jake,
off.
what can we see out of this starting pitcher? Fastball, curveball?
Predominantly fastball and curveball.
Yep.
He really does tend to throw his fastball a lot in the count and does use his curveball as a put-away pitch. But he might sneak a curveball early in the count on you.
That one just tapped foul by O'Malley.
I talked to O'Malley during the break, and he told me that he sees the ball very well at this field. He wants to play the rest of the season here.
He's had some big games here. Takes this one for a ball.
His parents are here enjoying the day.
Just a great spot to play on a hot day like this. You get a nice cross breeze from the water, cools you right down.
The pitch. Outside. Count 2-2.
Are you done with school, Jake?
I still have 2 more finals to
Okay.
take, but
Yep.
my classes are finished. Yeah.
Right. When's your finals?
So I have one more on Monday and then one on Wednesday.
Hard hit to second, Roth Fields, and there's one away.
Early in the season, Roth was playing more first base, but as the season went on, he moved over to second base, and he has fit in quite well.
That's a nice luxury to have.
Yeah, it's a very good defensive alignment for us too, because Roth and just everybody in the infield can throw, so we got some room to adjust.
Yeah.
Cieszko takes ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one down the pipe for a strike.
Nice pitch at the knees.
One and one the count. The pitch. Knocked foul out of play.
There's a AAU basketball tournament here at Roger Williams. The place is pretty active today.
Yeah, I tried to walk inside, and it was just packed.
Chopper to third. Fielded there. Gunned on to Brett, and he digs it out. Down on both knees. And a great play made by Dominguez to get that over to him.
Had to wait for it.
Yeah, Dominguez has just also been very well defensively this year, and his efforts have got him onto the 3rd team for the conference.
If you would ask me today where I'd rather be at the AAU tournament or here, I'd rather be outside. If you would ask me yesterday, I think I'd rather be at the AAU tournament.
No doubt about it.
2 polar opposite types of days.
Yesterday was like fall ball.
Yep.
And today you got ideal baseball weather. Not too hot, not too cold, just nice in between, 70 degrees.
Bones had a good game too.
Cieszko on the ground, and that one will find a gap into left field. And so the Seahawks, it took them a while to get their first hit in game 2. They get their hit here in the second. 2 outs for Colton Eremian now at the bag. He'll take the first pitch for a ball.
I was talking to Colton between games, and he might be the most level-headed player on the team, the senior captain. Just will take it one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. Can't take it any better than that.
They're going to check on the runner. Cieszko Dives back to the bag, safe.
Bones has really good speed.
They're going to check on him again. They had him leaning. Now Diffuse goes in a rundown.
He's going to need the speed right now.
He's going to have to try and dive back.
Oh, he came off the bag. He would have been safe.
And he came off the bag. Almost a great play. Instead, it ends the inning. It's a great play for the Hawks. And we're still scoreless. We head to the bottom of the second. Welcome back to the field. Bottom of the second. Mike Matthews got 3 strikeouts in the bottom of the first. The second baseman, Roth, will lead off the inning. Matthews delivers, and his first pitch is hit into left field for a base hit. Roth seeing that one all the way.
Seems like he's been seeing a lot of pitches well this year as he leads Roger Williams in home runs, RBIs, and slugging percentage.
Brings up Dominguez now. No outs, 1 man on. Matthews delivers home. 4 strike.
Any chance of Dominguez bunting here, Jake? He didn't look there first pitch.
Right now, I think it's still too early in
Yep.
the game. I believe that they should just try to get on base by just hitting the ball, and I wouldn't have too much urgency to bunt. There's still a lot of time left in the game, and I think you can wait on that.
He shows bunt for strike 2, but I didn't think he was going to bunt. That was the pitch to bunt, Andrew.
Yeah.
If he was going to.
I think maybe just want to get those infielders cheating a little bit. Has to swing away here. And he takes it high.
Waste pitch there.
On the year, Dominguez has a .343 batting average, so that's part of the reason why I wouldn't have him bunt in this situation, because he has proven to get on base more frequently than just about everybody on the roster.
Yeah.
They're going to check on the runner. And Roth gets back safe. Here's the pitch.
There's strike
In there
3.
for strike 3.
Great pitch. There's nothing Dominguez can say about that. Just back door.
You have to tip the cap and just go back and take your seat.
Yeah, as a hitter, you can't do much. Pitch freezes you. and you just can't react to it.
Shortstop Hoban will bat now with 1 out, 1 on. 4th strikeout of the game already for Matthews. They're going to check on Roth again. He lunges back to the bag safe.
Matthews is paying a lot of attention to Roth at first base. Roth, he's stolen 8 bases on 9 tries, so doesn't steal very often, but is very efficient in doing so.
Fouled off here by Hoban.
Roger Williams is the host home team here in Game 3 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Baseball Championship.
Hoban takes the ball. They'll get final say in this game. Seahawks didn't come down to it. Didn't even have to bat in the 9th inning, but if needed be, they would have had a chance.
It's always strange when people walk up and Salve's the host team at Roger Williams. They don't know how to figure it out.
Well, and even when Salve had a number of away games moved to home games this year, and strange seeing them batting in the top of the 1st and so on.
The funniest part is Eric Sorrella's not giving up that third base dugout.
Never.
Over his DB.
Not a chance.
Coach Eric just missed.
That
wow.
pitch just missed.
Coach Eric will show up at games in Florida 6 hours early and stake his claim at that third base dugout.
Has he ever brought a sleeping bag and stayed over the night before?
There'll be a game before, and Eric's sitting in the Webster dugout. They're like, what's this guy doing here?
Here's the pitch. Fouled off.
Nice job to get a hold of a piece of that.
Evens the count, 2-2. One out, 1 on.
If I was Hoban right now, I'd be expecting a curveball because that seems to have been Matthews' put-away pitch throughout the game.
I like
so
your
far.
thinking, Jake. Yep.
If he gets a fastball, just drive it to right field.
Matthews waiting. Now delivers home on the 2-2. Hit in the air. Barlock sees it and gloves it. 2 down.
Matthews did throw a curveball right there, but he gave Hoban a little action, and he was able to drive the ball a little bit.
Ben Bonavita now with 2 outs and 1 on. They're going to check on the runner again, and he's safe at first. Matthews just trying to keep him from getting too much of a lead.
Salve pitching coach Andrew McKeon calling the pitches to Dylan Ketch for Michael Matthews.
Delivers
Nice
here and makes Bonavita fan to miss.
Bonavita is one of the few freshmen that do play every day. He started the year in the outfield, and as the season's gone on, he has played more DH. So not as much action for him in the field.
Cut on and missed again.
Matthews does a nice job of taking a little bit off that. Not a lot. Ketch doesn't have to block it, but it's almost. Nice pitch.
0-2 the count with 2 outs. Matthews looking for his 5th strikeout. The 0-2. Right down the pipe. Got him looking. 5 strikeouts from Mike Matthews. And we head to the top of the 3rd. Scoreless here in Game 3 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship Series. Welcome back to the field. Colton Eremian to lead things off for Salve. And he'll swing at the first pitch and ground this one into left field. Seahawks again get a leadoff man on. Barlock.
Seems like most of the balls for Salve are going towards the left side of the diamond, so they are pretty much getting in front of the baseball. Not too much behind it.
And Jake, not just this game, last game as well, the balls that did get put in play, all of them for the most part to the left side. Showing bunt here is Barlock. They're going to try and get Eremian at second. They do. The throw over to first will skip away from Brett. So safe is Barlock, and they get Eremian out at second.
Going back to what you were saying prior, I wasn't here for all of game 2, but when I was here, I saw a lot of balls hit towards the left field line, so a lot of action for the left fielder and at third base for Dominguez.
Cicada can't find the first pitch, strike one.
You know, in that situation, Barlock could bunt it to anybody but one person. That's the pitcher.
Cicada takes the pitch down, count 1-1.
Now Salve has speed on the bases, and we'll see if they can take advantage of that. Zack can absolutely fly. Had quite a track experience in high school.
Showing bunt with Cicada, now racing back to the bag is Barlock.
That could have been catastrophic for Roger Williams.
And the ball got through Brett. And it was a good job. Roth was there, and that ball hit the dirt and then hit the grass and really died. If that had hit the dirt and skipped away.
He runs for a while.
Barlock runs for a while, yep. They're going to check on him now. He dives back.
Chris Bosco behind the plate for Roger Williams. He was the defensive player of the year for conference, and by doing so, he has proved that he does not make many errors, and one of his strong suits is his arm, and that throw just wasn't the strongest he's made. So,
and we've seen already in this tournament that both catchers, Dylan Ketch and Chris Bosco, have no fear to throw anywhere on the diamond. So as a runner, you best be ready.
That call strike two here.
Cicada thought that was ball 4, but umpire will keep him right here.
And about the catchers, we expect these guys to be superhuman. That's a long day today for them to be sitting back there behind the plate. That was a long game 1.
What else did they have to do today, Andrew?
Oh, they had to hit and then go back and sit and eat lunch.
Well, if I know Dylan Ketch, he could go play a basketball game after this. He is superhuman.
I know if I was crouched like that just for 10 minutes, I'd be done.
Hats off to the catchers, no doubt. Pitcher's best friend.
Cicada pops this one up and foul. Barlock was heading to second, and now he'll have to trot back to first.
1 out here in the third. No score.
Runner goes again. Fanning on it is Cicada.
Oh,
and
no.
now they've got Barlock in a rundown. And he is tagged out by Roth. And that ends the inning. We've talked about the Hawks running into outs. The Seahawks now catching that bug. We head to the bottom of the third. Scoreless here in Bristol. Welcome back. Bottom of the third inning. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Brian Lynch and Jake Siegel bringing you the call of this game. Third game in the Commonwealth Coast Conference Baseball Championship Series. The winner will get the conference's automatic qualifier and head to the NCAA tournament. Mike Matthews with 5 strikeouts already here in the game. Delivers high. To the first baseman, Brett.
You would think if his name is Brett, he'd play third, but just saying. Or Ken Brett. Ed Habishaw showing his age to the folks with Ken Brett.
Unlike George Brett, this Brett does not show as much anger on the field. And
does he have any
much more
pine tar on
composed.
that bat? Or?
You know what, I couldn't tell you from here, but
All the aluminum bats look like they have sheen. Hard to tell. This one bounces in from Matthews. 3-1 the count.
Yes.
Matthews kicks and deals. That one low too, and a walk for Brett to lead things off.
Tyler Brett did not start the season at first base. He was on the bench, but once he got an opportunity to claim the spot back at first, he has kept it since, and he has been playing very well.
Ninth batter in the order for the Hawks.
The left fielder, Galino. Fouls off the first pitch he sees.
See if Matthews can get his best friend ground ball right here. Although Galino's got speed. Gonna have to earn this one.
And time asked for by Galino. We saw that a lot in game 1, back when the game was tight. There was like 3 batters in a row that all multiple times asked for time. Trying to throw off Pat Maybach. Matthews delivers quickly here and doesn't get the strike call.
And you said it right there, Andrew. You have to ask for time. It does not have to be granted. And you want to speed baseball along, stop granting time at the last minute.
And call consistent strikes.
No doubt about it.
That pitch
Looked like he
inside.
leaned into it, but you don't know if he was preparing to be hit.
That one catches Galino, and so now best opportunity so far here for the Hawks. 2 on and no outs. Head coach Eric Sorella is going to come out to argue.
Ask him if he leaned over. He's asking the home plate umpire to ask the third base umpire if the batter leaned into that pitch, which I think he did. If Ryan Kelly was called back 65 times in his career for that, that was a lean in. I'm sorry.
The batter has to make an effort to get out of the way.
He made an effort to get in the way. I mean, that's why they have the rule, but whatever. They call it the Kelly rule.
2 on, no out. And here's Stone. Matthews will step off the rubber. Chase Brett back to second.
If I was the manager for Roger Williams, the one person I would want up in this situation is Justin Stone.
Yeah.
He has proved to be the most productive over the year, and he's gotten on base more than anybody. Batting average really high at 375.
This one low from Matthews.
Matthews could really use a K here or a pop-up.
He's got 5 strikeouts in the game. No outs here in the bottom of the third. He kicks and deals. Chopped on the ground. Cicada makes a diving play. Touches the bag at third. 1 out. Was that hopped or a line? That was a hop.
Nice play.
Looked like it was a nice one-hopper there, and third baseman was very close to third base, so all he had to do was tag the base since it was a forced play.
There's no way he was going to get a second out of that. But so Salve got the most important out thus far, but the work is still ahead of him facing Chris Bosco.
1 out, 2 on. Bottom of the third. Matthews glances back at the runner, kicks and deals, and therefore called strike.
Nice curveball. I don't know what Bosco could do with that if he swung at it. Looks like a pop-up to O'Malley.
Bosco was having trouble in his first at-bat with the curveball.
Yeah.
So let's see if he has picked up something in the arm slot of the pitcher and can get a hold of one.
And now time call for a by Bosco.
Both of these coaches know every single player on the other team. No secrets in the CCC.
On the ground, Cicada has it, fumbles it for a minute, tags the bag at third, trying to throw on to first, and it gets away from O'Malley. Trying to turn the double play. There'll be 2 outs, but runners at the corners now. Cicada had it, fumbled it for a moment, went and tagged the bag at third. Tried to gun out Bosco.
Bosco typically does not ground into many double plays. He is one of Rogers' faster players, as he has stolen 16 out of 17 bases on the year.
That pitch in there for a called strike.
Was that an error on O'Malley? Looked like it hit his glove. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Error on
Should have been called by the first
E3. Correct.
This one fanned on, down the dirt. Ketch can't find it immediately, so that gets Bosco to scoring position in second.
So Justin Stone is at third. Chris Bosco is at second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. No score.
Kamner with a chance with a well-placed hit. Could plate 2. The pitch from Matthews.
Nice
Down
block
in the dirt.
by Ketch. Way to work hard, Dylan. Salve dugout will erupt if Matthews can close this out.
There's the pitch. That one misses for a ball. Count 2-2. Matthews has 5 strikeouts in the game. Searching for number 6.
It's very important that Eli does take advantage of the runners in scoring position because Matthews has been very effective, like you said, 5 strikeouts on the day so far.
He glances back, and Kamner calls for time. We had CCC Commissioner Greg Kay on the broadcast in Game 1. We asked him about, like I said, calling for time as a player, and there's no limit to how many times you can ask. It's up to the official to decide whether or not he's going to grant time. Here's the 2-2. Down in the zone. Count now full.
Nice pitch. Just missed.
When I used to play baseball, I always loved to call time in the box to mess with the timing of the pitcher and give myself a little bit of an edge as a batter.
Trying to throw off that rhythm and cadence. Here's the 3-2. In there for strike 3. 6 strikeouts from Mike Matthews. And as you said, Brian, the Seahawk bench goes wild for that. We head to the 4th. Scoreless here in the championship game. Welcome back to Paolino Field. Top of the 4th here in Game 3 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship Series. Madden Ward will lead things off for Salve Regina. We're scoreless here so far.
Madden grounded a short in the 1st. His parents, Ellen and Chris, are here. Enjoying this incredible weather. It's the best part of playoff baseball, Zach. You get to play it in human weather.
Now this is the first absolutely gorgeous day. Fly ball into left field. Golino under it makes the grab. And down is Ward. Dylan Ketch, who batted cleanup in Game 2. That's in the number 2 spot here.
Sun won't be an issue in this game, as it was a challenge to some of the infielders in Game 1 because they were facing the sun on a pop-up. But
we started at 11:30.
Yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
Or was that today?
A day that ends in Y, I know that. There's a ball here from Sapienza.
Knowing these two teams, we could be here a while.
Yeah.
Speaking to
would not be surprised.
Former Seahawk head coach Steve Sorella, Skip, as he's known, as Ketch fans at that
pitch. The venerable one.
The Don, the godfather of Salve baseball.
There are no words.
He was talking to me and Matt Finlayson, and he says, you guys bring extra layers because you know it's going to be like 20 degrees by the time this second game's over. This one popped up and drifting foul. And the catch is made, but yes, that is Dominguez. I couldn't tell at first. He got lost in the sea of players in the Hawk dugout. Had to wait until he turned to see if that was a player from third base or a player in the dugout.
Thought it was going out and came back in. Had a spin on it. Had English on it.
He was essentially almost in the dugout.
Exactly what I saw, too. It looked like a two-seam fastball as it was flying in the air.
Smith shows bunt and then pops it up right to Bosco. A very quick top of the 4th. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Still scoreless here. Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth. A very quick top of the fourth for the Seahawks. Mike Matthews on the mound with 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. Danny Roth to lead things off for the Hawks, and he'll take a ball.
This would be a great opportunity for Roth to hit one out of the park, just like he did against Endicott, to give us an edge in that game. There.
Hits a line shot, and that one will find a gap in left center field between Barlock and Cieszko. And skipping into second base is Roth, who's trying to fire up his bench. Well-placed hit there from Roth.
There hasn't been too much offense in this game, but Danny Roth is continuing to get on base. He is 2 for 2 on the day.
And we haven't seen a lot
Same
of
spot.
big fly
Both
balls.
Center, yeah.
No, Roth had his base hit in the second, Andrew, same spot. So he's seeing Matthews very well.
There have been quite a few line drives to left field that have gotten past the third baseman and shortstop today.
So, Jake, he bunts him over, right?
Well, in his last at bat, oh,
Well, he's not going to get the chance.
it's hit by the pitch.
He's going to get hit. Matthews drills Dominguez.
But you know what? I'll take that instead of a sacrifice, because now both Dominguez and Roth will be on base.
Tommy Hoban now. 2 on, no out. Both teams this afternoon have had this type of situation a lot. And for the most part, it's been the defense that comes up with the play. That was the case in Game 2 earlier today, early on. See how Matthews can work around this. And he'll step off the rubber.
Michael will do a nice job here controlling the tempo and he's in control here. Unless, of course, Roger calls timeout with .1 in the clock.
Now he delivers home. Showing bunt was Hoban. And then Ketch throws back to Ward, trying to get the man leading off of second.
There has been a great amount of attention towards Rogers' base runners today. The pitcher and catcher for Salve have both paid a lot of attention and been very deliberate with their actions.
Matthews kicks and deals, showing bunt, and this will be foul.
You know, that first pitch when Matthews went upstairs, I agree with Ed Habishaw that was almost like a waste pitch to see if he was going to turn and bunt. It's exactly what he did. 1-1.
If Hoban tries to bunt one more time, that's exactly what he needs to do, is get it down the first base line so Danny Roth can move over to third base, because if it's bunted towards a pitcher or third base, then Roth might not get to third base.
He does show bunt. He lays it down, and again, it falls foul. Took 2 hops and then out of play. Or into foul territory, rather. 1-2 the count now.
It takes a talented batter to bunt with 2 strikes. I'll be really impressed if he does it here.
No outs.
Only Matt Finlayson can do it. Matt used to wait for 2 strikes to bunt.
What's the expression? We have them right where we want them?
Right. And I'm talking bunt single, not sacrifice. He doesn't even know what a sacrifice is.
The 1-2. Cut
Big
on
swing
and
a
missed. 7th strikeout for Matthews.
Andrew, Matt Finlayson's sacrifice would be getting a single. That he's sacrificing. That's where he's sacrificing.
Is that like when a guy's trying to bat for the cycle and he could get a double, but he only needs the single?
Yeah.
I'll pull up.
He stops at first. Matt has done that before. Everyone knows it.
hearing a lot of lies on this broadcast, so I had to hop in.
Wait, who is
quick.
that?
Welcoming in Matt
Voice from
Finlayson
Oh, Matt!
to the broadcast.
Jake was just talking about you.
Chopper to third, touched by Cicada, tossed back to O'Malley. He digs him out, and they got him. Double play for the Seahawks. They nearly had one 2 innings ago. This time they turn it, and we will stay scoreless as we head to the 5th.
Paolino Field here in Bristol, Rhode Island for Salve Regina versus Roger Williams baseball, Game 3 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship. Sean O'Malley steps in, faces strike one. Want to shout out to Joan Dacey, Bill Dacey, Tristan Dacey, and the entire Dacey family. We're thinking of you. We love you. 1,000 prayers are headed your way from this field today. I'm yelling at umpires on behalf of Bill Dacey, and I'm only doing it on behalf of Bill Dacey. Ground ball to pitcher, and he'll throw O'Malley out for the first out of the inning. Joan, we're behind you. The entire Salve baseball family is rooting for you. We love you guys. And especially you, Dacey, chicken. Andrew, is there anyone like Tristan Dacey?
No, one of a kind. One of a kind.
A beautiful, beautiful man, as they say.
That's what makes part of what the Seahawks have done in this run impressive, is that they're missing a guy like that, not just on the field, but not able to be around here.
First of all, he's a professional hitter. That's the first thing. Might not be a better hitter on the team than Tristan Dacey. And second of all, talk about the heartbeat of the team.
This one hit into right field, and it hops in front of the right fielder. That'll be a base hit for Cieszko.
Cieszko's had an outstanding tournament thus far.
We had Jake Siegel with us for the first 4 innings. I'd like to welcome Tom Manning now into the broadcast. Tom, how you doing here this afternoon?
Pretty good.
So you've been over, we're over here on the third base side. You've been over on the home plate side. What have you seen from this game so far from that perspective?
Well, good pitching from Sapienza for Roger. Not the usual third place starter for Roger, but he's done a pretty good job today.
Zeros on the scoreboard. They're going to check on Cieszko, who darts back and lays out to the bag.
Speaking of a hot hitter, there might not be any hotter than Michael DeFusco.
Checks his swing here.
Bones loves that base hit to left field. His dad, Ron, is here today, pacing nervously around. He can't stay in one spot for too long.
There's a whole contingent of pacers out behind the backstop. Again, they check on Cieszko. He's safe.
I'll never forget Frank Lemieux's father, Frank, could never sit still when his son, especially when his son was pitching.
Check on Cieszko again. Really trying to hold Cieszko at first.
Sounds like my grandfather during a Patriots game.
Yeah. It's not fun, Tom. Like, you're a fan, and I was talking about Red Sox playoff games.
This one chopped to short. Really
play.
slow roller. Going to be a tough play. And they got him. Defusco.
Oh, he beat it.
Really upset.
He beat it. There's no way. He's safe. Absolutely beat that throw. What do you think, Tom?
It looked pretty close from here. This is definitely a tough play for Roger to make, but
Mike Defusco does not make faces and I thought he beat it, Andrew.
It was a bang-bang play. Obviously, we're a little shielded from our perspective. It was a quick call. At least, if an official's going to make a call, you want him to make it right there on the money as he sees it. You hate the long delay, and let me think about it. Maybe I saw this, and then a call. He made that call right away that he was out.
And now Cieszko will take second, and Colton Eremian will step in.
you start thinking about things and then questioning what you saw the first time, and not always good to do that in a game like this.
I'm going to go with what you saw first. Eremian fans at that one. 0-2 the count now, 2 outs. Cieszko in scoring position at second.
And I know you guys are surprised I had him safe. I know that.
Eremian hits this one up the middle for a base hit. Turning at third is Cieszko. He will head on home. The throw will not be in time, and the Seahawks take the lead.
Terrific base running by Cieszko. Outstanding job.
That ball was a shot right up the middle. It was a good job by Camner to get to that ball and at least get a throw in. But as you said, too late because of the excellent running by Cieszko.
And, Tom, it was hit so hard
that
the center fielder had to play.
Yeah, that was a tough one for either second or shortstop to get to and squeak through.
Also, speaking of graduations, we want to say hi to Betsy and Eric Ginsberg. They're at UMass Amherst today for their son Brad's graduation. Neither one of them wanted to go to that graduation. They wanted to stay here at the baseball game and Skype Brad's graduation, but Brad would have none of it. So Brad ruined the day for the Ginsbergs.
Zach Barlock at the plate takes a strike. I believe with Barlock there's a similar graduation story
Barlock
as well.
does not have any parents here today watching him play baseball.
But they do have the tremendous benefit of listening to us call the game.
I forgot about that.
That's the silver lining. Ball here.
I hope Jane and Scott have a giant margarita celebrating the 1-0 lead thus far. Zack's played very well in Sarah's graduation.
This one cut on. 2-2 the count now with 2 outs. Eremian, who's driven in a run, takes his lead at first.
Zack Barlock will also play in the Connecticut Collegiate Baseball League this summer with Madden Ward.
This pitch hit into right field for a base hit.
Colton will have to stop at second.
Good throw in by Stone to hold him at second, but the inning will continue.
Nice hit by Barlock. You know, all you ask of a hitter is to do what you can with the pitch. He did exactly what you could do with that pitch.
Never want to try to do too much.
No, why, Tom? He just took it the way it came to him and went to right field with an outstanding job by Barlock. And that'll put Colton at second, Barlock at first, and here comes Dustin Cicada.
First pitch to Cicada, taken for a strike.
Salve's taking a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. We're looking back at second. Roger Williams has action going in the bullpen. If you could see who that is, Thomas.
This one put in the air. Cameron moving over at center field is under it and makes the grab. That ends the inning, but the Seahawks strike and get on the board. They lead 1-0. We head to the bottom of the fifth.
Got to beat him, or I want my $5 back.
Welcome back to the field. Bottom of the fifth inning. The Seahawks struck first in game 2.
Yeah.
They strike first here in game 3.
Awesome.
They lead 1-0 in game 3 of this championship series. Trying to earn their 3rd championship in 4 seasons. This is their 4th straight trip to the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship Series. But this game, a long way from being done. Andy Pizzelli alongside Brian Lynch and Tom Manning. And Brian, you talked about in game 1, the Seahawks were going to need 15 runs to win the game. They came close to you. They got 14.
Right.
And I don't think anybody at this field right now believes that 1-0 is going to be enough to win this game.
You're exactly right. You're so right. Nice pitch. You know, Matthews' first pitch here to Brett was inside. Matthews has hit 2 people. One should have gone to first. The other one I don't think should have. But Matthews is trying to establish that inside pitch.
Just misses with that one. Count 2-2.
The one thing you notice at this level is you have to pitch inside.
Yeah.
These guys stand right over the plate, Tom.
And if you leave them outside, it's just gone.
No doubt about it.
That one in there for a called strike. 8 strikeouts for Matthews. Picking up right where he left off, showing everyone why he led the Seahawks in strikeouts and was 2nd in the CCC.
Brings up left fielder Joey Galino. Was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Was forced at a fielder's choice.
8 strikeouts on 44 pitches for Matthews. And 1 walk. Here's the pitch. That one up high. Count 2-0.
Zach Smith is straight away and right. Zach Barlock straight away in center, and Bones straight away and left for Galino.
That one low. Count 3-0 now. Matthews in danger of issuing his 2nd walk.
You don't want any freebies here.
The 3-0. And he missed. Second walk. Galino will trot down to first base.
That'll bring up top of the order, Justin Stone.
Stone patrolling right field for the Hawks.
Had a great season batting this year, too. 440 in the conference.
Matthews will check on the runner, and he's safe by a hair. And I think Galino may have hurt himself reaching at that hamstring.
That was a closer play than I thought it was going to be. Wouldn't have been surprised if Ronaldo rang him up. That's how close it was.
And Galino kind of shakes it off, seems to be okay.
How do you hurt your hamstring on that?
Maybe lunging back this time, dives back safe. You never know, too. I mean, you could just this point in the day, we played nearly 3.5 hours in game one. It's a hot day for these guys standing out in the sun.
First one in a while.
You forget about hydrating. This one knocked foul.
I got it.
Headed our way.
I had it. Still basketball players all around this place. Here comes a player from the Storm.
A big AAU tournament.
Find out if they won, Matt. The New England Storm. Did you win?
Yeah, we did.
Who'd you beat?
NE6, team from Connecticut, team from Hartford.
The New England Storm AAU basketball team, dominant today. Covered the spread too, Andrew.
Bovada had odds on that. I'm sure that
bet on the sun.
There's
setting.
daily fantasy for AAU basketball. I'm sure
You can bet on the sun setting.
Bet on anything nowadays.
You can. Yeah. There's a spot there that Matthews is controlling the tempo. 0-2, 1 out.
He's checked on the runner a number of times.
See if Matthews can get his ground ball, and be tough to double up Stone, though.
Delivers home. That one high. 1-2 the count. 1 out to Stone.
Speaking of hamstrings, our cameraman, Tyler Benjamin, is stretching his quads and his hammies and his lats, and he's complaining that this is really hard work.
On the ground, Cicada makes a diving stop. Will try and flick on to first.
Nice play.
Didn't get it.
Nope. Nice play, though.
But a great stop.
That'll put Galino at second and Stone at first with 1 out.
And that's a big stop just to keep that ball on the infield and hold Galino at second.
No doubt. Galino got a good jump to second. Bosco struck out in the first and reached on an error in the third.
2 on, 1 out. And he shows bunt and knocks a foul.
He's not sacrificing.
Started out this way in the first inning of this game.
Yeah. Matthews getting the sign from Ketch. 1 out.
That one high.
You know, looking at Galino's lead at second, I wouldn't be surprised if Salve puts a play on here. He is halfway down the line. And if they do throw to second, Galino should just take off.
As long as that hamstring doesn't hold him up, he has the speed to get there.
Exactly.
A step off the bag.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
the
got a
rubber does
huge
Matthews.
lead. Breeze has picked up a little. It feels absolutely fantastic. Beautiful day here in Bristol.
Haven't had too many of those lately.
No. It's called April.
I saw a meme a couple of weeks ago. It was about, there's not 4 seasons, there's 11.
Yeah.
You have summer, then you have fake fall, then you have second summer, then you have winter, then you have fake spring, then you have the spring of deception.
It's so true.
Then you have mud season, then you have windy season, then you have spring for maybe like 2 weeks, and then you just go into 95 degrees and humid. Was that 11? I don't know. Breaking ball misses. Pace slowing down here in this inning. Matthews trying to work around the 2 base runners with 1 out. 2-1 the count.
See if Matthews can get his ground ball here.
The pitch. Inside. Three and 1. Matthews in danger of loading the bases with just 1 out. The pitch. Hit in the air. Charging in is Cieszko, and he has it.
Nice pitch. Huge out. Huge.
Huge.
Now 2 outs with 2 on.
You think Bosco wants that pitch back 3-1?
Definitely.
Yeah. He got the pitch.
Just didn't put it where he wanted.
Yeah. Bosco's a good hitter. Very good player.
Defensive player of the year for the conference this year.
Nice pitch by Matthews. Now Eli Camner steps in, center fielder.
He takes a strike here from Matthews.
Interesting side note about Bosco today. Him being a senior from North Andover, Sapiens is a freshman from North Andover.
Oh, great.
So.
Line shot, diving catch cannot be made by Smith. Coming home to score is Galino, and the Hawks tie the game. 2-out RBI single for Camner.
Right back to where we started when the inning began.
Yep. That puts Stone at third base. Smith would have made a miraculous catch. I mean, that would have been something to behold. Nice try by Smitty, the CCC Conference Player of the Year. And he kept it in front of him, right?
So runners at the corners, 2 out. Danny Roth, who has hit well here today. That brings the Roger Williams crowd alive a little bit. The pitch up high from Matthews.
That ball gets by Smitty. We're running for a while, so nice job.
pitch. Down in the dirt. 2-0 the count with 2 outs. Matthews is ready. Kicks and deals. Doesn't get the call, down low.
Just missed at the knees.
3-0 the count. Matthews in danger of loading the bases. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Down low. Taking all the way was Roth. He was barely in a stance. Standing statuesque in the batter's box.
He had no intention of swinging on that one.
Yeah, not a shot. Was taking all the way. And
Pitching,
that loads him up.
And pitching coach Andrew McKean will come out and talk to Michael Matthews, settle him down. Salve has no action in the bullpen.
In a game like this, for both teams, it's all hands on deck. You win, you'll have some time to recover. If you lose, it's not going to matter what you have left in the tank. So,
no doubt about it.
Won't be surprised if at some point we see Brett Wilkes again in this game. Even though it would be his 3rd outing in a day.
Talked to Andrew Roman at the break. He's ready to go. Here we go.
Dominguez at the plate. The pitch. Fanned on. Matthews has 8 strikeouts in the game. A 9th one here would be huge for Salve Regina. Opportunity, though, for the Hawks to try and take their lead. Chop foul. 0-2 the count.
Quickly.
2 pitches, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Matthews needs to be smart here and make his pitch. You can trust Dylan Ketch with something in the dirt here. Probably upstairs.
The 0-2 from Matthews. Hit in the air to right field. Smith moving under it, makes the grab. That retires the side. The Seahawks get out of a little bit of trouble, but Roger Williams ties the game. We're all knotted up, and we're heading to the 6th here in Game 3 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship Series. Welcome back to the field. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Tom Manning and Brian Lynch bringing you the call of this game. Salve Regina and Roger Williams all knotted up at 1. Madden Ward to face Sapienza to begin the 6th inning. Will take a ball after showing bunt. And we'll see how long of a leash Sapienza has. A little bit of action starting here in the Hawks' pen.
Freshman pitcher Kyle Schaefer warming up.
The pitch to Ward. And it's called foul. Chopped off the batter's box. Schaefer was thought to potentially be a starter here for Game 3. It looks like he could be the first arm they turn to out of the pen. Sapienza delivers here to Ward. That one's low. Count 2-1. The pitch. Hit in the air. Little blooper. And this is going to be a tough play, but coming in from left field is Galino, calling off Hoban.
Hoban called for it.
If there are any questions about that hamstring,
Yeah, it looked good there. He had to come a long way.
Center fielder. Center fielder's like, why am I here?
It was an awkward little bloop shot.
I mean, the center fielder did have to run for a long time, but was there. 1 out.
Here's Ketch. And he takes a strike.
You know, Roger Williams would want nothing more than a low pitch count this inning for Sap.
He's up to 61 pitches now. 0 for 2 is Ketch. This one knocked into right field. He thought about
job.
2, but will jump back to
Nice
the bag.
job by the right fielder to get over there. I mean, you can't get any better baseball right here with these two teams. Even on hits, both teams are doing their job.
Well, this game it has a different feel. Game 1 was just, you were waiting for one team to just break out and take over. This game feels more like you're going to have the back and forth the whole way. And it could come down to the wire.
Basically, we have a 3-inning game here.
Here's Zach Smith, who takes the first pitch he sees and hits it into left field. It'll be first and second with 1 out. And back-to-back hits for the Seahawks, and both Ketch and Smith getting their first hits of the game.
I love Salve's bat boy, Will Ginsburg, senior captain from Sharon, Mass. He'll graduate with a master's next Thursday.
And talking about emptying the tank,
Oh,
if the Seahawks don't advance to the NCAA tournament, Will Ginsburg emptied the tank in this Commonwealth Coast Conference
what do you
tournament.
mean? He's eligible this afternoon.
To throw one pitch and have his arm fall off.
No way. That kid has no fear. Absolutely is eligible today. Now bring up Sean O'Malley.
I think he's as eligible as John Lynch is for this game.
Wait, what are you saying? Lynchy's eligible? He does. He's got a lot of bullets.
Here's O'Malley. He swings at the first pitch, and this one's line and loop foul out of play.
Left fielder makes a diving attempt in the Roger bullpen. Shout out to Lori and Jimmy Fitz. They're still here. Their son Jimmy Fitz is playing for the Birmingham Beavers in the American Baseball Association in Michigan. Lefty Fitzy, congratulations.
Well, Ketch and Smith were 0 for 2. Both got hits. O'Malley's 0 for 2 as well. Is he due? 1 out here with 2 on. The pitch from Sapienza. Hard hit into right field. That's a long way to go.
That's over his head.
And that one will hit the wall. Coming in to score is Ketch. Smith is going to make the turn as well. No play at the plate. A 2-run double for Sean O'Malley. And the Seahawks retake the lead. Right on cue.
I think O'Malley likes to play here. I'm not positive.
That's the hardest hit ball we've seen here today between both games. That one to dead center.
You know, that may be it for Sapp, but the kid gave it his all, I'll tell you. Kid pitched very, very well.
And it looks like coming in now will be Kyle Schaefer. So he will replace Sapienza. And as he does so, we will take a quick break while the Hawks make the pitching change. Salve Regina back in front. They lead 3-1 in the top of the sixth with one out. We'll take a break. Welcome back to Paolino Field. Top of the sixth, Salve Regina has taken a 3-1 lead off a two-run double from Sean O'Malley, and that chases the starter Sapienza out of the game. In now is Schaefer for the Hawks. Andy Pizzelli alongside Tom Manning and Brian Lynch. And Tom, what can you tell us about Schaefer?
Freshman pitcher. He started in all of his, I believe all of his appearances for Roger. A little bit of a shake-up today with Sapienza getting the start, but not surprised to see him come in relief.
Schaefer 2-2 in his 11 appearances, 3.95 ERA. Does have 34 strikeouts.
What happened with that double by O'Malley is it brought the Salve dugout alive. Anthony Cieszko sees his second ball of the at-bat. One out here in the sixth. Salve's plated two. O'Malley sitting at second base. The big fella hit the wall on his double.
Here's the pitch.
Ball.
Taken
I don't know
for
where
a
that
ball.
missed.
That one looked like it was right down the pipe.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Bosco didn't move his glove, and the Roger Williams dugout's going crazy. 3-0. Wow. We've been there before.
Three 0 to count. One out, one on. Here's the pitch from Schaefer. Down low. He walked him.
4-pitch walk to Cieszko.
Now there's two on.
You know, Tom, it's always a challenge to pitch in the bullpen like Schaefer did for so long. Now he's got to come in and get settled on the mound. He may have just needed a batter to get settled.
They've had him up since the first
Yeah.
inning.
Well, no one was up for longer than Matt Vernicatola in game one.
He pitched a no-hitter in the bullpen.
in the bullpen.
Yeah, he had a no-hitter.
And then came in and really got shaken up by the Seahawks.
Mike DeFusco steps in to face another ball. So if you're Bones here and you swing, you're in big trouble.
2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. DeFusco
There's a strike.
takes a strike.
Place has come alive with Seahawks.
It's a great crowd here this afternoon. I mean, the weather helps that. A gorgeous afternoon. But both teams' fans have shown up in force. Check swing from DeFusco,
wow.
and he takes strike 2.
That was low. But
Helps when you have the two schools so close to each other.
no
It
doubt.
does.
Salve does travel well. Does Roger travel well?
I
Fans?
haven't gone to any of the away games.
Lined into center field, hopping to Camner. O'Malley will stop at third. And the Seahawks have loaded the bases here with 1 out.
Parents here do seem to be very into it, so
Yeah.
I would assume they'd travel
Yeah.
pretty good.
And you have to admit that the Commonwealth Coast Conference, the games aren't 4 hours away. So Endicott and Gordon are the farthest. That'll bring up Alan Colton Eremian, the senior captain from Boca Raton, Florida.
Bases loaded, 1 out.
I'm going to miss this kid. Although he's staying in the area, he's not leaving. Wants to work in Boston.
Doesn't want to go back to Florida?
No.
Swings at the first pitch, hits it in the air.
That's tough.
Long
That's a
run
tough
for
play.
Galeno, and he makes the diving catch. And the base runners have to run back. O'Malley trying to tag and score, and he does. Now they're going to try and get the runner at third coming over, and safe there as well is Cieszko. What
Well,
hustle from O'Malley.
Yeah, the ball got by Bosco. It was strange because we're looking for the umpire to make a call as the ball got by Bosco. Nice play by Galeno, nice throw. 2 outs.
4-1 now.
Looks like they'll appeal at third base. Roger Williams doesn't know how to do the appeal. Chris Bosco has to tell them. Ball has to be in play.
Explain to me what just happened, because I don't know what happened.
Okay, so they're appealing the play at third, but you can't do it when the time is out. So Chris Bosco, the senior catcher, has to tell Kyle Schaefer how to do it, and the home plate umpire said no dice. Salve takes a 4-1 lead.
And now pitches to Barlock, and it takes a strike.
Sarah Barlock will be really proud of her brother. He's played an outstanding tournament here.
And has really come on in the second half of the season.
Sarah's a giant baseball fan.
0-2 now for Barlock with 2 outs. Seahawks have found a way to put 3 more runs up on the board. No matter what the Seahawks do, though, the Hawks will have a chance to respond.
Good eye by Barlock there. Nice pitch by Schaefer. 2 outs. Runners at second and third.
The pitch. Bouncing
Nice
in.
job by Bosco. Way to work hard, kid.
Both the catchers here this afternoon have been busy. They've shown off the arm. They've shown off their ability to block pitches and keep them in front of them. And then have to stay focused and call a good game.
And have to hit.
And have to hit.
And neither one of them have a hard time sleeping tonight, I'll tell you.
Plays like that is why Bosco got Defensive Player of the Year for the conference.
Here's the pitch. In there for strike 3.
Nice pitch.
The Seahawks strand 2, but they tack 3 more on the board. They'll lead 4-1. Hawks will try and answer. We head to the bottom of the 6th in the deciding game of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship Series. Bottom of the 6th inning. Mike Matthews will retake the mound for Salve Regina. The Seahawks now lead 4-1. Seahawks led 1-0. The Hawks responded. The Seahawks put 3 more on the board. What can Roger Williams do now? This game has felt, both of these games have felt like a heavyweight fight. The Seahawks were able to land some knockout blows to put game 2 away and make it a double-digit victory.
Salve has a little bit of stretching activity going on in the bullpen with Zack Lopez, assistant pitching coach Jonathan Lynch, and Zack Lopez have just pet Cujo out there.
Chop it to third, and Cicada gets it over to O'Malley in time to get the leadoff man.
Matt Finlayson's dog Cujo is here, and we just got some good props from him.
Ben Bonavita now, who's 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout. Matthews with 8 strikeouts in the game, does have 3 walks. 63 pitches for Matthews. First pitch swinging is knocked out of play.
That Salve dugout's become alive.
Roger as well with Michael Farrell warming up.
Tom, I saw the pitching coach point to Farrell and then to the field. I don't know if he's going to start the 7th or... You know it's all hands on deck now, so... Demers ready for today? The big fella? The lefty?
I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Pitch from Matthews. Again, another chopper to third. Cicada in position. A wild throw this time. O'Malley does a great job to get over there and glove it and just keep it on the field of play.
Would have been a spectacular play by Cicada if he could have thrown him out.
Bonavita last weekend had the game-winning hit.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Send Roger to this series.
Yep.
That was a wild game, that second game with Endicott.
We were watching it at Wennick and couldn't believe they tied it in the 9th.
Yeah.
When Endicott to take a lead in the top of the 12th, and then Roger Williams scores 2 runs in the bottom of that frame to walk off with the victory.
That's why you got to put a bullet in Roger Williams. You know. No, just literally, not figuratively. Pinch hitter.
You said you wanted 15 runs for the Seahawks.
I want
in game
16,
1.
Andrew. This one.
4-1.
34.
4-1.
34.
4-1 does not feel comfortable at all if you're a Seahawks fan.
Right. You're exactly right.
You're happy to be up, but you don't feel comfortable. And I don't think we've talked before about the experience that the Seahawks have being in this situation. So many big games in the last 4 years. A lot of members of this team, they know they're focused that it's not enough and it's not over till it's over because they themselves have been part of some big comebacks.
And for Roger, pinch hitting for Tyler Brett is Brandon Jenkins.
Yep.
Filled in similar spot earlier today.
0-2, quickly.
1 out, 1 on. Matthews looking for his 9th strikeout. Long look in. Now here's the pitch, and that's high.
Yeah, no doubt. Great waist pitch. Would have been a strike to Manute Bowl, but he's not batting. Or Bowl. Or Bowl.
The pitch. In there for a called strike. Got him looking. 9 strikeouts for Mike Matthews.
Tom, when they pull you off the bench in a 4-1 game, you can't go down looking.
Got to just swing it wherever you can.
Right. Your job is, you're a pinch hitter, at least hack.
Yeah.
Nice pitch by Matthews.
Galino now.
Had a spectacular catch last inning.
Takes ball 1. 2 out, 1 on. This one high. Count 2-0. The pitch, skipping in and taking off her second catch. Is going to try and gun down. They got him in a rundown. Back to O'Malley. Back to Ward. Catch now. This is an extended rundown. A great job being done by Bonavita, but eventually he is tagged out. And that ends the inning. What a sequence. A lot of running.
So I can score that for you, Andrew.
Okay, go for it. Let me hear it.
Dustin Cicada tagged him out.
Okay.
That's the official score. Yes, exactly. Number 11 tagged him out, Andrew.
All right. We head to the top of the 7th. Salve Regina leading 4-1. We'll be back.
Will Farrell's brother.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th. Salve Regina leading 4-1 in the deciding game of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship Series. Dustin Cicada, who got the putout at the end of the last inning on that wild sequence in the rundown. Facing Mike Farrell now, coming in relief. The second reliever used here by the Hawks. First pitch is swung on, grounded to third. Dominguez has it and will lob it, and it's dug out. At first, it's not. It's left in the dirt.
Got to be an E3.
Left in the dirt by Brandon Jenkins,
who came in.
Was a pinch hitter. Struck out looking.
Came in for Tyler Brett.
Yep.
Ada Pizzelli.
We'll see if it'll cost Roger. Brings up Madden Ward. Madden's 0 for 3.
Tom Manning and Brian Lynch bring you the call. Tom, what can we see here from Farrell as a pitcher?
Well, he's pitched 27 innings, given up 4 hits and 29 runs over 8 appearances. And he has started in 6 games. He, too, came in last week for Roger. Had a pretty good couple of innings there.
What year is he, Tom?
Junior.
Oh, good.
Madden Ward, top of the order here for Salve.
Sophomore, shortstop. He won the shortstop job in fall ball and hasn't given it up. If there's one player that left freshman year a certain body style and came back a different person, was Madden Ward. Just worked hard all summer, and it shows. Big Chicago White Sox fan. He doesn't know why, though.
Here's a pitch down low. Count 1-2 to Ward.
Zack Lopez is playing catch in the bullpen.
Lopez was the starter for the Seahawks against Gordon. Pitched a complete game against the Scots. Kept the Seahawks alive in the playoffs.
And Andrew gave up a home run in the first inning.
Ward lines this one into left center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Turning and making the run for third is Cicada. He dives in safe before the throw could even ever get close to the infield. Eric Sorella holding him up. I wonder if the way Cicada was running, he could have even had a chance at home.
Sure seemed
it. Would you do that, though, 4-1, you know?
No outs?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, it'll be second and third for the Seahawks.
Right, exactly. I agree with you, Andrew. I think he possibly could have, but with Ketch up and Smitty, we'll sit right here, second and third.
Let your big bats go to work.
No outs. Salve's not done. Roger will get another bullpen arm going. Number 21.
Ryan Havenen spent time today also at first base coach.
This one down in the dirt from Farrell. Ball 1 to Ketch. No outs, 2 on.
I give it to these Roger bullpen catchers. They've been sprinting back and forth all day.
They've been very busy.
That's a compliment to Salve, I think. Ketch is ready. He'll face Farrell. Towering
fly ball. Again in an awkward spot. Hoban called off by Galino, who makes the grab, is going to try and gun it back in, and Cicada was held up at third. Head coach Eric Sorella was not going to send him on the tag. And a great throw in by Galino either way.
Yeah, too short, and Galino can hit home on the fly there. And again, 4-1, 1 out, no reason to, Andrew. That'll bring up the Commonwealth Coast Conference Player of the Year, Zachary Smith. And they'll walk him. Smart.
Not surprised.
No, smart. And they'll face O'Malley, who has O'Malley got a hit today at all, or at his home field?
Bases loaded for O'Malley.
You know, with first base open and Smitty with the propensity to do damage, they'll take their chances with O'Malley. Ground ball, they could possibly double up O'Malley.
He'll take a strike. Owen won the count. 1 out. Bases loaded. Hawks want to try and limit any potential damage here from Salve. Stay within hailing distance. The pitch. Outside. Count 1-1.
You know, if you're Farrell here, you just want to keep it down. Have O'Malley pound that thing into the ground. You elevate this thing, you're in big trouble.
1-1 count. The pitch. Hit on the ground. Grabbed at first. They'll try and throw home. Cicada is gone down. Jenkins.
Coach Eric's going to ask for an appeal.
Jenkins has had a couple of tough plays, made a great one there. A rocket shot off the end of the bat of O'Malley.
I mean, for what it's worth, Cicada thought he slid under.
Neither side is happy right now. The Hawks fans are yelling at Eric Sorella for arguing the fact. And the Seahawks bench is not happy with the call.
So you score that 1-2. 3-2, yeah. Yep.
So O'Malley reaches on a fielder's choice. Still bases loaded, 2 outs, and here's Anthony Cieszko.
You know, my hat's off to the home plate umpire for letting Eric bark at him, and then that's it. Let him say his piece and move on. Two outs here. Bases loaded. Cicada thought he got underneath, but you don't know if that's typical or he actually got underneath. You couldn't tell.
Kind of like the play we had at first a little while
Yes.
ago. You know,
Yes.
bang, bang.
Yes.
The ump made the call right
Yep.
then and there as he saw
Yep.
it, and he stuck with what he saw.
And he's got better eyes on it than Eric does, but
Here's Cieszko now. Still with a chance for Salve. Roger Williams trying to shut the door. Pitch down low.
you know, one of the big challenges here is when you don't get this 5th run, it always comes back. And Roger's not done here, let's face it. So you want this run with 2 outs, at least 1. You'd like 3, right, Andrew?
I think every Seahawks fan would like 4. Don't know if Cieszko has that in him, though.
Nice pitch.
Here's a strike.
Terrific pitch. One and one, 2 outs here. Top of the 7th inning. Farrell taking a couple of deep breaths. You think when Farrell woke up this morning, he knew he was going to be in this frying pan?
I'm sure everybody on both sides had to prepare like they were going to be in this game at some point, potentially. Cieszko fouls it off.
Straight back. Checo's on it.
That is much he definitely didn't want to be pitching right now.
I don't think he could say to the coach, I'm good.
Yeah.
Say hi to Mary and Kurt Cieszko. I didn't see them today, but I don't know if they're here. Checo's parents. Kurt Cieszko is a giant New England Patriot fan. Huge. Loves Tom Brady. Has a tattoo of Tom Brady on his arm. From Woodcliff Lakes, New Jersey. The heart of Patriot country.
1-2 count here for Cieszko.
Come on, Checo. Checo's had an outstanding tournament here.
Bases loaded, 2 out. 1-2 count.
I like Farrell taking his time here and breathing, and he'll reset. And, Andrew, I think you said it. The game has completely slowed to a crawl, but you would expect that.
Yep.
Every pitch is going to be analyzed now and scrutinized.
High.
Waste. Good waste pitch by Farrell.
2-2 count.
Coach Eric talking to Madden Ward that if that ball gets away from Bosco, you're flying down the line. I agree. It's not a huge lead by Ward.
And Cieszko calls for time. Madden Ward not really taking too large of a lead.
No, I'm surprised.
Especially with Domingo not really
No.
anywhere near third. Here's the pitch. Popped up, and it'll get out of play and foul. And off on a little cross field. Was here 2 weekends ago for a 10 a.m. men's lacrosse game. I was like, why is this game at 10? Well, that's because there was a baseball game scheduled for that day. And now I understand why they don't want to have the lacrosse games and the baseball games happening at the same time.
You will get hit with a baseball.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it.
I was leaving the game, walking along the first base, right field line. Someone just said, let me just stop for a second. I look back, pitch was fouled off a line shot right to that gap over there. Hit right in front where I would have been if I kept walking. Got to have your head on a swivel if you're at the lacrosse field or if you're out down the right field line.
No doubt about it.
Count full now, 3-2 with 2 outs.
You got to love Chris Bosco holding the ball there for like a minute to see if the umpire will change his mind. Dugouts are going crazy. The fans are cheering. Bristol is alive and well today. Forget the 4th of July parade. This is fireworks right here.
Full count, 2 out. Bases loaded. Nowhere to put Anthony Cieszko. Farrell comes to the set. And Cieszko asks for time.
Where will we see that before?
Want to make Farrell think about this pitch a little longer.
Bosco has a few words for Cieszko. The umpire stands between them. Neither player is going to take anything from the other player. I mean, this is...
Bosco's never shied down.
And Bosco doesn't have a word to say. Roger's been stepping out all day, including yesterday.
Full count. 2 out, bases loaded. Farrell delivers. Fouled off by Cieszko. Runners will be going. O'Malley clearing a path for himself between first and second base. Seahawks dugout comes alive. Bases loaded, 2 out. Full count to Anthony Cieszko. Farrell delivers. Fouled off again by Cieszko.
Madden Ward's getting a lot of practice running down third. Smitty was almost at third from second base.
And I think Cieszko is changing bats.
He broke the aluminum bat. Something really good here is going to happen, or? Yeah. I think it was the pine tar with Mr. Brett, Tyler Brett. Checo's ready.
I'll go again. Full count, 2 out, bases loaded. Runners will be moving. Seahawks leading 4-1. Top of the 7th inning in the deciding game of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship. The pitch. Ball 4.
Terrific at bat. Spectacular at bat by Cieszko.
Waited out Farrell. And the Seahawks now, their lead is 5-1 with 2 outs. And bases still loaded. Cieszko at first, O'Malley at second, and Zach Smith at third. And here comes DeFusco.
He loves to first pitch swing.
He does, and he fouls it off.
Straight back. He loves to second pitch swing. You finding a pattern here, Tom?
Yeah.
Bones loves to swing. He's not up there for a walk. He gets paid for hits. Smitty's got a big lead at third.
The 0-1. Taken for a ball. Count 1-1, 2 out.
Zach Smith is leading off a third base in foul territory in case he gets hit. Straight back.
Fouled off and out of play.
Guess where it went, Tom?
Lacrosse.
How'd you guess? And home of foul balls. Yesterday there was a young kid playing catch with his dad, and the runner, I think the soccer coach, was happy because he could just flip it up to him. He didn't have to go run.
Yeah.
I said, you got your own private ball hawk down there. Farrell's ready. Bones is ready.
1-2 count. On the ground, Domingo has it, and he'll take the short jog over to third base to tag out O'Malley. But the Seahawks get one more run on the board. They lead by 4. It's 5-1. 7th inning stretch here in Bristol.
See this game going the same way.
Bottom of the 7th. Hawks within range. They are only down 4. They're going to have to deal with Mike Matthews, though. He's got 9 strikeouts on the afternoon.
Shout out to former Salve catcher Chris Ryan, home studying right now. Can't get enough of his academics. Chris did an outstanding job this year announcing a game.
Utility man. He's done it all.
I didn't know it was his first game. You'd never know it.
He
The
did.
kid was
he
a
did
pro.
broadcasting. He did stats. He did camera work.
Nice pitch. Curveball, Tom. Chris Ryan is a natural.
This pitch hit in the air, and that one will stay fair and hop into the corner. Diffusco going to have to chase after it. This is easily going to be a double to lead off the inning. Just what the doctor ordered for the Hawks.
Nice hit. Right down the line again. How many have we seen of those today?
So many balls hit down the left field line.
That'll bring up the top of the order, Justin Stone.
Roger need to get started off this inning on a good foot, too.
He had a base hit in the 5th.
This will be the 75th pitch for Matthews. He glances back. Aquilino now delivers home high to Stone.
Salve now has Andrew Roman warming up in the bullpen. Zach Lopez is still out there. I think he's loose, but Roman's out there throwing BBs.
And that ball gets away from Ketch, and Galino will get over to third.
Ketch is going to be irritated with himself on that one.
I said it before. We're asking these catchers today to be Superman. And it's so hard, a long day like this, to make every single play. They've made 99% of them.
Well, now you know why that 5th run was so important, because even a run here keeps the game at 3.
That one in there for a strike.
You know, if you're Matthews, Tom, you're just facing the batter here. You could care less about Galino at 3rd.
He's gone through this order so many times today that
Galino, go ahead. In fact, just score so I can face the batter. Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. Infield's back. Get the out. The game's 4-0 right now, basically.
2-2 the count. The pitch. Down low.
Nice pitch.
Count full 3-2. Matthews looking for his 10th strikeout. The pitch. Up high. And that'll put runners at the corners. Oh, we've talked about the number of people probably tuning in, listening to this game between Salve Regina and Roger Williams. We just shouted out Chris Ryan. I've been informed that he's in St. Louis right now, driving his sister to Arizona because she's moving there. So people all over the country, no matter what, tuning in for this game.
So Coach Eric will come out and talk to Michael Matthews, and that'll be it for Matthews for today.
Yeah, not his pitch count wasn't really that high, but
I think it's how he left it up to Galino and then the walk to Stone.
and you'd rather be, in this situation, championship game, you're up for it, rather be early than late. So we will step aside while the Seahawks make the pitching change. Bottom of the 7th, no outs, 2 on. Seahawks still lead 5-1. We'll be back. Welcome back to the field. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Tom Manning and Brian Lynch bringing you the call. Andrew Roman on the mound. He pitched some in Game 2, and he pitches here in Game 3, the deciding game of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship. And he will deal with Bosco with runners at the corners and no out. His first pitch in there for a strike.
Yesterday, Roman came in, faced Bosco at the end of the game 5-4 and gave up a sack fly to Bosco. So he's already seen Roman.
Ball one here. Count 1-1.
Tough spot to get pulled into, too.
Roman throws cheese, so we'll see. We'll see what the matchup here with Chris.
Roman kicks and deals. That one cut on and missed. 1-2 the count.
Nice pitch, nice rip by Bosco. Is that a wounded seagull that's over there, or what?
Cut on and missed again.
And Stone will make it down to second base on the strikeout by Bosco.
1 out now.
Big out.
Runners at second and third.
Did you win? How'd you do?
Brian Lynch socializing with all of the AAU players leaving the gym.
Poor kid was so sad. I knew he lost.
You can tell when they come down the walkway over here.
Yeah. AAU basketball tournament here. Foul ball in the lacrosse field.
We talked to Commonwealth Coast Conference Commissioner Greg Kay in the first game, game 2 today. And we joked about needing a lot of balls here today. He said, I brought 4 dozen boxes.
That's for game 1. No doubt. You see it now where your closer comes in to face the toughest situation in the game.
Delivers low here. And
they ring him up.
That he
wow.
went. Wow.
The batter is Rogers not happy.
Well, we haven't had many overturned calls at all today. Usually the first instinct from the officials, the call that was made and the call that stands. So now 2 outs with 2 on.
Bring up second baseman Danny Roth.
As you said, bringing in Roman here, head coach Eric Sorella saying these are the outs we need to get right now.
Yeah, you see it in baseball all the time. The closer comes in the 9th inning with nobody on, a 4-run lead, and gets a save.
This one put in the air. DeFusco calling for it, under it, and makes the grab on the fly to end the inning. The Seahawks make the Hawks strand 2, and we head with the Seahawks leading 5-1. We'll take a break. Welcome back to the field. 8th inning here from Paolino Field. Salve Regina and Roger Williams in the deciding game of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship. Seahawks trying to win 2 games here today. They came into today facing elimination after the Hawks won yesterday. They won game 1 by double digits, and they hold a 5-1 lead now here over Roger Williams. Eremian fouls off this pitch from Farrell to make the count 1-1.
Colton had a base hit in the 5th. I hope his mom, dad are watching from Florida, and his Uncle Maris is watching. His Uncle Maris is a private investigator in Miami.
Eremian chops this one to short. Gathered there by Hoban and tossed over to first for the out.
Nice play. Two hopper. Perfect.
That'll bring up Barlock now. Seahawks leading 5-1. Top of the 8th inning. The Seahawks were technically the home team in the early game here today, the middle game of the 3-game series. The road team again here in this matchup. Barlock shows bunt. He lays it down. Right back to Farrell, and he has plenty of time to throw over to first. 2 quick outs for Salve.
It's what Roger needed for Farrell. Brings up third baseman Dustin Cicada. Sticks.
Two out, no one on.
Dustin's played a solid third base today for the Seahawks.
Came on in relief in game 1. Pops this one up. And no play for Bosco. It gets out of
The
play.
one thing Cicada's had today is at least 3 forces at third on his own. You don't see that often.
And you don't often see a third baseman get the putout on a rundown between first and second.
How did you score that again, Andrew?
We need an hour to get through that play. We don't have the time.
We need a Gantt chart and an abacus. Ed Habashaw has an abacus. They call it a habacus for the venerable one, Edward J. Habashaw Jr., the third. The SID of SIDs.
2 out pitch. Cicada pops this one up. It's in foul territory, and a catch is made by Jenkins. A very quick inning for Salve. The Hawks will get right back behind the plate. Heading to the bottom of the 8th, 5-1. Salve Regina in front. We'll be back. Bottom of the 8th, the Seahawks 6 outs away from another Commonwealth Coast Conference championship, but it doesn't feel like it's that close. A 4-run game, but with this Hawks team and how dangerous they are, it feels like it's a long way away.
Only takes one hit for them to get going. And
And here's a hit to lead off the inning. Zach Smith racing over to get to that one in foul territory.
Got a gun. Smart to stay right at first.
Leadoff single.
That's smart of Dominguez to hit the fastball.
you got to take advantage of those when you get them.
No doubt. See if Roman can get his ground ball here.
Tommy Hoban. 1 on, no out. Bottom of the 8th. Roman delivers. Swing and a miss.
Ketch will not hesitate to throw down there either if Dominguez doesn't have a big lead. 5-1, you do not want a big lead.
The pitch. In there for a called strike. 0-2 the count.
Nobody up in the Salve bullpen.
Couple of guys out there sitting and watching. The pitch. Hit to left field this time in front of DeFusco. He blocks it. Back-to-back hits for the Hawks. And they've got something going here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 on with no one out.
No, 2 strikes there. Roman's got to be better than that. Salve playing no doubles defense.
This pitch fouled off. Bonavita behind 0-1.
Isn't that a breakfast cookie, Tom?
Yeah.
I thought so.
That one just barely
Nice pitch.
fouled off. A good pitch from Roman.
Took a big swing at that one.
Yeah.
0-2 the count. No out. And 2 on for Roger Williams.
Nice job, Ben, getting a piece of that, actually. Nice pitch by Roman. Romy getting the sign from Dylan Ketch. He's ready.
The pitch. Up high.
Good waist pitch, 0-2. Get his eyes up.
1-2 count now. 2 on. No one away. Bottom of the 8th inning. That one
Ooh.
just barely missed. Count
Roman
2-2.
wanted that.
Dominguez taking a big lead out at second, too.
Yeah. Aggressive base runner, right?
Yeah.
The pitch. Chopped right back to Roman. He'll fire onto third for 1. No play at first, but that gets the runner at third, Dominguez. So Bonavita reaches on a fielder's choice. It'll still be first and second, but now 1 out.
Nice job by Roman. Get that ball, set his feet, wait for Cicada to get there, and fire a bullet. You know, you can be on the mound there, either not get the ball out of your glove or, you know, try to rush it when, like yesterday, Salve had that critical out at third.
Jenkins, who struck out looking in a pinch hit appearance, fouls off the first pitch he sees here.
Can't afford to make a mistake like that in this game either.
No, sir. You can't extend innings at this time of the game.
Especially this Roger team.
Yeah, no doubt, Tom.
Takes this one up high, count 1-1. Here's the pitch. Outside, and a good job by Dylan Ketch to get to that one. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and a 2-1 count. The pitch. Cut on and missed.
You know, I'm impressed with Andrew Roman. He's on the mound, and he's doing his breathing. Needs to settle everything down within him in order to make a good pitch. Job, Andrew.
The pitch. Down low. Count full, 3-2, 1 out. Roman now in danger of loading the bases for Roger Williams.
Joey Galino on deck.
The pitch. And here's a rope into right field. Making the turn at third, but not heading home is Hoban. A great throw from the outfield. Holds up the runners, but now it's bases loaded with 1 out for Galino.
Roger's dugout really coming alive now, too.
Yeah, no doubt. And that'll get some action up in the Salve bullpen with Zack Lopez, freshman.
Five to 1 the score.
You trade outs for runs here, right, Andrew?
I'd say so.
It's going to be tough to double up Galino, but
Galino takes a strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. Another golden opportunity for the Hawks to get closer in this game. The pitch. Up high, count 1-1.
job by Galino, leave that alone.
These last 2 innings have been high stress, high leverage here for Andrew Roman. Trying to shut the door both times on Roger Williams. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses. Count 2-1. Can't walk Galino, nowhere to put him. The Hawks walked in the 5th Seahawk run. Here's the 2-1. Fouled off. Count 2-2.
See if we can get his ground ball here.
2-2 count. 1 out. Bases loaded. The pitch. Stand on and missed. A big strikeout for Andrew Roman.
That brings up top Justin Stone. Doesn't get any easier.
Bases loaded, 2 outs now.
When Salve gets this 3rd out, the Salve dugout the roof will come off that dugout.
The pitch. Popped up. Ketch looking to make a play for it, and he has it. Wow. Stone very frustrated at the plate, rightly so. Bases loaded, and you pop up to the catcher. But that is just how the ball has bounced this game so far for Roger Williams. They'll have another chance, though. We head to the 9th inning. Salve Regina leading 5-1. Top of the order for Salve Regina. Trying to add some insurance here. They lead by 4, 5-1. They would like a little more. They'll bat here and then be 3 outs away from a championship. Farrell delivers to Madden Ward in their first strike.
Farrell's done a really nice job here, Tom.
Very.
He got his inning last inning when he came in at, I would guess, a 9-pitch inning. What year is he?
He is a junior.
Good. He's earning his spot for next year. Good for him. Salve still has Lopez warming up. I don't know if we'll see Roman.
I was about to ask,
maybe
do you bring
start,
Roman back?
Yeah. I mean, I would start him a batter, Andrew.
Yep.
He gets a batter, and then you get another batter.
This one popped up, drifting into the outfield. Jenkins moving under it, and he makes the grab.
Nice play by Jenkins.
Seemed like he had a hard time finding the ball at
Yeah.
first, but
And I was really surprised that Roth wasn't closer to him for if it goes off his glove, he can catch it, but nice play by Jenkins.
1 out now in the top of the 9th.
Sun is really not an issue. In the first game, he would have been blinded.
We saw a ball hit just like that. That was called an infield fly.
Right.
And landed,
Yeah,
one, because you could let it, and 2, because
Roth couldn't see it.
no chance at
Yeah.
seeing it.
Ketch looks at ball on the strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Farrell.
On 1 the count with 1 out.
Ketch flew out to left his last at bat.
Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike as well. Farrell wanting to make this a quick inning, get the Hawk bats back up to the plate. They've been hot the last 2 innings, just have not been able to get that one critical hit that could bring in runs.
Ketch is a very good 2-strike hitter, so.
Swings here
Nice.
right into the glove of Dominguez.
Nice play.
great catch.
Nice hit. Nice play.
I always think it's remarkable. So much space on the field, and you hit the ball right to the guy.
Yeah, and you're a lefty.
2 outs now.
That might be the first line drive a third baseman's caught here. They usually go down the line today. Brings up Smitty.
Two outs, no one on. Seahawks leading 5-1.
I got to give hats off to Smitty in the last inning, that base hit down the right field line. He kept him to a single. Smitty has a cannon for an arm.
We saw that in the Western New England game last week.
Kid was dead to rights.
Looked like it could have been a triple. Instead, Smith guns him out all the way from right field.
He told me he didn't get all of it.
Swings and misses at that one. If he had gotten all of the throw, I think the ball would have gone through the third baseman's glove.
Cicada.
The thing was burning up in
It would have
re-entry.
been like a cartoon went through it. Right.
Yeah,
That fire.
it's stuck in the hand. 0-2 the count now with 2 outs. Farrell kicks and deals. That one down low. The 1-2. Check swing, and they're going to say that Smith went. 1, 2, 3 go the Seahawks. But we head to the bottom of the 9th. Salve Regina 3 outs away from their 3rd championship in 4 seasons. But the Hawks will have something to say about that. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the field. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Tom Manning and Brian Lynch bringing you the call of this game. It's been a great afternoon here in Bristol. The Seahawks took game 2 of this series here in Game 3, the deciding game of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship. Salve Regina leads 5-1. Here in the bottom of the 9th, last gasp for the Hawks. They need to plate 4 runs or more to either force extras or win this game. And it begins with a pitch that's fouled off. Zack Lopez on the mound. He pitched a complete game for the Seahawks to get their first win in this tournament against Gordon.
The big fella did a great job that day. He gave up a home run in the first inning, settled right down.
Fouled off here, quickly ahead, 0-2.
You know, you got to love Chris Bosco, Tom, getting up there, hacking away right away. No flies on him.
No. He's the leader of this team.
Oh, no doubt
Very
about
vocal.
it. No doubt. Love watching him play.
The pitch, just high.
Just missed.
Count 1-2.
Lopez did a nice job in Florida solidifying a starting role and got a couple of weekday starts.
The pitch, just missing.
Salve wanted that K. Bosco struck out in the 7th against Andrew Roman.
The 2-2. Chopped on the ground. Madden Ward in the hole. Backhands it. Tries to get on to first. On the hop. They got him.
Big play. Huge play. Outstanding job by Madden Ward. Nice job by O'Malley. They'll ask for an appeal.
A backhanded stab from Madden Ward.
Bosco's asking for an appeal. And the umpire will stay with the out call.
And that's been the way the game's gone the whole game. Those bang-bang plays, once the call that was made has stood. 1 out. No one on.
Outstanding play by Madden Ward and Sean O'Malley. Got the all-important first out. And now Eli Camner steps in, center fielder. He struck out against Roman in his last at-bat.
In there for a called strike.
Salve dugout is electric. Salve fans are going crazy. Ed Habashaw is standing on his chair.
That one just missed.
On one leg. I'll be Pacific, Ed. Sorry. Lopez is ready.
The pitch. In the air and fouled off. Down the right field line. Count 1-2 with 1 out.
You know, this is the inning that on foul balls they're sprinting to the fence like it's going to come back, or everybody's alive here.
The pitch. On the ground. Again. Ward stabs. Throws, and there's 2 gone. When this tournament started, the Seahawks lost at home to Nichols. And I think a lot of people didn't think then, or could envision then, this moment right here.
Well, Andrew, to your point, it's how they lost. Flat and dead. You know, there's no worse way to lose. And give it to Nichols for coming in and handed it to the Seahawks. It really brought the Seahawks to life.
Strike 1. A Seahawk from the ashes.
No doubt.
An unlikely championship, if it's to be. Cut on and missed.
Now, 2 strikes. I think the top of that visitor dugout is going to come off.
0-2 the count. 2 outs.
All the Seahawks with water bottles in their hands.
A championship
I just hope Lopez gets out of the
on the line here.
dog pile.
The pitch. Up high. Count 1-2. Zack Lopez, a freshman, with a chance to close out a title for Salve.
I think Danny Roth, Tom, will have something to say about this.
And cement what could be a dynasty. The pitch. On the ground. Again. Ward. He stabs. He throws. And the Seahawks win! 3 titles in 4 years for Salve Regina. They capture the 2019 Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship. Unbelievable. A dog pile on the mound. A season that had ups and downs, twists and turns. It could never be easy. But the Seahawks find a way. They put it all together in the last 2 weeks. And once again, for the third time in 4 years, they are on top of the CCC.
Outstanding job by the Seahawks. My hats go off to the Roger Williams Hawks baseball program. The outstanding season they had. Never quit.
No.
Congratulations, Tom, on a great season.
Thanks.
And now Salve can celebrate. Eric Sorella, the first move he makes is over to the Roger Williams coach. These guys spend a lot of time together. The entire coaching staff comes over and shakes hands with Roger Williams, and Roger Williams' coaching staff comes over to congratulate Salve's. Outstanding job.
And 3 really well played games. I mean, I think you can tell, like you just saw, the coaches right away coming
Unbelievable.
to shake hands. A tremendous amount of respect.
No doubt.
Between these two teams. Unbelievable for Salve. There was a feeling last week, whoever won that pod final between Salve and Western, the momentum either team would have would help carry over.
Yeah.
I know the Seahawks were tremendously confident coming into this series. The Hawks, though, did what they had to do yesterday.
And Andrew, it's so funny you say that. When you saw the way Roger Williams beat Endicott in the 12th, and then they came back yesterday to start game 1 2-0. I said, this may be a team of destiny with Roger Williams. No one's told them they don't belong.
No.
And talk about a scary team.
Yeah.
And Salve just kept in it, and they lost a tough one yesterday. And this morning, they told me last night on the bus ride back to Newport, almost jubilant.
Yep.
In that, don't let us win game 2. And they just took it inning by inning, pitch by pitch, and absolutely deserved the championship here in 2019. Now, Salve will wait, I believe, Sunday night.
Yep.
And they'll the Division III NCAA tournament committee will decide where they're going to go. And the Seahawks are going to be ready to go with their pitching staff all set. Everybody will be set, and we'll be on the road.
Yeah. What an unbelievable run. I mean, as we said, both of these teams, I know, Tom, we talked about this between innings, at certain points this year were hitting low points, and I don't think either one of them could have imagined being here in this series at certain points this year. So kudos to both teams to putting it together, and we saw a championship-level effort out here. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. That's just the nature of sports.
No doubt about it.
So the teams now, the great show of sportsmanship. They greet each other on the field.
I always love this, Andrew, in hockey. It really shows through when you do battle for 7 games and you literally take someone's teeth out and then they shake hands at the end of the series. There's no more class than that.
But especially, you talked about it, these teams, obviously, everyone in the CCC knows each other so well. These teams now, you've gone through a whole playoff run, and now you're facing each other for 3 games. There's no mystery.
No
you
way.
know each other
No
so
way.
well. Every little thing, there's so many, the games within the game, all sorts of that stuff.
I watched Eric Sorella one time against Nichols talk about the second baseman. He likes to hit it to third. Where's he hit it? There's no secrets between these teams. You just have to come and bring it, and hopefully the best team comes out on top.
So a disappointing end for Roger Williams' season. They finished the year 21-19-1. And they will have to watch as the Seahawks celebrate on their home field. But we've seen a lot of times the Seahawks last year lost on their home field.
Oh, yeah.
And now respond. This Hawks team, you have to try and take the lessons of what you learned here, that remember that taste of defeat and how it feels. This team can be right back here in this same situation next year.
And this game is an amazing game because the Seahawks started out opening day down in Florida, losing a tough one to Ohio Northern. Then they finished the Florida tournament really, really strong, came back to New England, had a tough stretch in the middle of the season where everyone was looking at each other. They're all questioning each other. And then to put it all together at the right time, it's what counts.
And they're going to recognize the Hawks for their season. Their home fans give them a big round of applause. And now the Seahawks will receive their trophy from Commissioner Greg Kay.
And the captains, Zack Smith, Will Ginsburg, Colton Eremian will go over and accept the trophy. And the players call this the T-shirt game.
It's also the EC Smile game.
Yes. He is elated. Eric's getting his T-shirt right now, and my hat's off to Eric Sorella because he's built this program to win this game. That's what he sets out. That's his conversations with players. When he's recruiting players, he wants players to come here and win this game. That's what you're coming here for.
And speaking this week with Seahawks senior pitcher Brett Wilkes, he said, I think our class, this senior class, is the best class to come through Salve Regina. 3 rings in 4 years. You can't argue.
Well, I
with
think
that.
Hunter Sleeper and Corey Poplowski and Frank Lemieux will have something to say about that.
It'll be the stats versus rings argument.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no.
I'm sure a number of those guys tuning in, listening.
No, Eric's done a phenomenal job.
And their season not over. As you said, the Seahawks will wait and find out where they'll be headed and how they'll be seated in the NCAA tournament. Their 3rd trip there in 4 years, and this might be the sweetest one for the Seahawks and, as you said, for head coach Eric Sorella.
Yeah.
Their first championship on the road up at Endicott obviously has a special place in their hearts. The team in 2017 was an absolute buzzsaw.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You lose at home last year, but you respond, and the Seahawks can celebrate a championship tonight.
You know,
they're alive for another week.
I had the honor to go down to Florida with this team and feed them in the beginning of the season. And to every single player, they are gentlemen. And I can't be more happy for them all.
It's the sushi. The sushi did this.
Exactly, Zach Sushi.
Brian Lynch, responsible.
And you know what's really important about this team is that this is done. This is over. Now the hard work begins, and wherever you end up, they'll be ready to go.
Yep.
This is in the past, so to speak.
And
they'll celebrate tonight, and they'll be ready tomorrow night when that message goes out to where they're going.
And clicking at the right time, which is all you can hope for. I'd like to give a couple of quick shout-outs. We had Jake Siegel, we had Cam Champa, and I'd like to thank you, Tom Manning, for joining us here on today's broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
It was an excellent day here at Bristol.
How about our cameraman?
Our cameraman, well, we're getting into, we got to have a big shout-out. Talk about owing somebody meals. I mean, Tyler already got a pizza here today, but we owe him a lot.
He told me cash. He doesn't want food.
Straight cash homie.
Yes, he wants cash.
Our cameraman today, Tyler Benjamin, who has done yeoman's work. Actually, all he wants is a foam roller.
Right.
Because of standing up on the ladder.
His quads are killing him.
Peering up over the fence here, providing you with the excellent footage and shots and angles.
Andrew, my hat's off
game.
to you, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Outstanding job today.
Hey, I'm just here to narrate all these amazing moments.
No, it's so true.
Which is, we're blessed to have the teams and the success to be able to do this. We'll take a very quick break and then be back to wrap things up. Salve Regina, champions of the CCC, their 3rd title in 4 years. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the field. Andrew Pizzelli here to wrap things up. Salve Regina defeats Roger Williams 5-1 in Game 3 of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Championship. They win their third title in 4 seasons, and they'll be headed for the NCAAs. Once again, like to throw some thank yous and shout-outs out there, the entire Roger Williams athletic staff and administration for having us here today to broadcast these games. I'd like to thank our guests here today. We had Cam Champa, Tom Manning, and Jake Siegel. Special thanks to Brian Lynch and Matt Finlayson for joining us. We also had CCC Commissioner Greg Kay. A big thank you to Tyler Benjamin for providing camera work here today. And none of this would be possible at all without the outstanding help and support of Salve Regina Sports Information Director Ed Habershaw, who produced today's broadcast. Special thanks out to Ed. Once again, your final here, Salve Regina 5, Roger Williams 1. The Seahawks are champions of the CCC, and they will continue here in the 2019 season. I am Andrew Pizzelli. Have a good night, everyone.